Corrections. Branch of Administration of Criminal Justice charged with the responsibility for custody, supervision, and rehabilitation. Next, jail. Institution for confinement of person who are awaiting final disposition of their criminal case. Next, lockup. Security facilities for the temporary detention of person held for the investigation. Next, ordinary jail. House both defenders awaiting court action and those serving sentence usually act to use. Next, um, workhouse. Camp house minimum of custody. Offender service short sentence with constructive work programs. Next, warden. Responsible for the directions, coordinations, control of personnel, inmates, program of institutions. Next, intelligence and investigation team. Gather and collect and submit intel for information required on matter pertaining to jail. Next, conditions. Okay. Next, jail inspector rate section. Uh, this section spec the jail facilities, personnel, prisoners, and detainees, and submits report of deficiency note. Next, public relation office. Tasked with the maintenance of good public relation to obtain the support of the public. Next, assistance of the warden. Keeps himself informed to be able to assume command effectively during the warden's temporary absence. Next, administrative group keeps record of jail properties, supplies, equipment, and maintains record. Next, personnel management branch responsible for the preparation and maintenance of the personnel procedure and maintains record file for personnels. Next, property and supplies branch. Take charge of the safekeeping of equipment and supplies and the requisitioning of supplies and material needed for the operations of the jail. Next, uh, budget and finance branch. Take charge of financial matters, especially in programming, budgeting, accounting, and other activities related to financial service. Next, mess service branch. Take charge of preparations of a daily menu, makes food stuff, purchase, prepare, cooks the food and serves it to the inmates. Next, general service branch. Responsible for the maintenance and repair of jail facilities and equipment. Next, Mitimus, Mitimus Computing Branch. It prepares transfer orders of inmates to other penal institutions. Next, Mitimus. It is the warrant issued by the court, bearing its seals and signature of the judge. Next, security groups provide the system of sound custody, security, and control of inmates and other movements. Next, Sabuena section. Receive, distributes, serves, and subpoenas, notice, order, summon, and other courts. Next, security platoon. There are three working platoonship which shall be responsible for the overall security of the jail compound. Next, medical and health service. It prescribe or provide medicines and recommends for the hospitalization and further disposition of serious ill prisoners. Next, um, work and education therapy service. Discharge of the work and educational program needs for the rehabilitation of the prisoners. Next is socio-cultural service. Takes care of all social case where study the individual, prisoners, and assist prisoners earn earn their parole because of the good conduct. Next, uh, chap chaplaincy service. Chaplaincy service. Take charge of the religious and moral upliftment of inmates through through religion service. Next, guidance counseling service. Responsible for the individual, group counselors of activities to help inmates solve their individual problems. Next, legal branch of for detaining person. One of the most protected rights of the individual is right to liberty. liberty. Next, control center. It is a centrally located and elevated facility with good field and observation. Next is prison discipline. It is the continuous state of good order and behavior. Next, good communication. Important elements of discipline were in the management uh, connects to inmates the thing latter of they ought to do. Next, discipline involves involves correction of minor deviation before they become serious violations. Next disciplinary case in prison. Deputy superintendent for custody responsible for the disciplinary and initiative actions. Next,